Good evening, everybody. How's it going? Saturday night. And only one thing, it's Saturday Night Live weathering. Back at you live this week. I hope everybody didn't mind the pre-recorded session last week. It was a necessity. Necessity because I was out and got back late, although I was able to join you guys in the chat. And that was a lot of fun watching the video and participating in the chat with everybody. So that was a lot of fun. So anyway, I hope everybody had a great week. I just got back from, if you guys were in Steve's live stream, you might have saw what I was saying. I was at my mother-in-law's house for a little bit and had to rush to get home in time to do the live stream. But I made it home in time, got everything set up. She only lives about a mile away, so it's not too bad. So anyway, hope everybody had a great week. And let's see who's in the chat. So we got JP. JP was the first one in the chat. How you doing, JP? How's it going? Ray. How's it going, Ray? Good to see you. We got John Gavin. And we got Ian. Ian's here. I said Steve already. Let's see. Who else? Robert Hall. Bobby Hall. How's it going, Bobby Hall? Glad everybody's here. I'm happy to be here. Hope everybody had a great week. I know some people were busy. People were out at the NMRA convention in Chattanooga. It looks like that was a great show. At least Ray gave it 2 thumbs up, it seems like. It was a good show. And the week before that was St. Louis. I wish I was able to be there, but I couldn't be there. But I'm shooting for St. Louis for next year, 2027. We'll see how that goes. I like to be able to go. I haven't been out there in quite a few years. So, John Gavin, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Glad you're here. And let's see what else is going on. What have I been working on this week? Did I work on anything this week? No. I did give my sister-in-law her little diorama with the beekeeper. I think I mentioned that last week. I might have mentioned that on my pre-recorded. That little beekeeper thing I was working on. I finished that off. It's actually had a project that I finished, which is unusual for me. I mostly have a lot of unfinished projects, but that was one that I. Oh, Bill. I'm sorry, Bill. I thought I said hi, Bill. How you doing, Bill Hawk? Didn't mean to miss you, buddy. So usually a lot of times I got a lot of unfinished projects. So like this truck. I think the last thing I did on this truck, I gave it a clear coat of gloss coat, so I could put the decal on it, but I haven't done anything else with it. And that's it. I think everything else has been pretty quiet. I cleaned the bench off a little bit. It doesn't look like it, but I did clean the bench off a little bit, talking on Wednesday night with a couple of friends while we were online, so a little bit more organized, so that's about it. So let's see. Oh, it's my buddy Trevorton. How you doing, Trevorton? You knucklehead. Trevorton Reed. Ralph is now the best we have. Yes, he is. Ralph is always the best we have. So, all right. Who else? Did I miss anybody else? I don't think so. And I fixed the short too. Yes, I did, Steve. I did that Tuesday night, I think, right? Did I do that Tuesday night, Steve? I can't remember. Or was it Wednesday night? I did it while we were talking, so yeah. Watch, I'll go back to do something and there'll be another short, so. Oh, hey, Heath. How you doing, Heath? How's it going, buddy? Yeah, we're going to get dirty. We're going to be dirty little weathering guys here, so. All right, anything else new? Anybody, what's going on with everybody else? I think we're good. We're good to go. So let's get the first things out of the way. So before Bobby Hall asks, Bobby Hall, we were drinking tonight another Sam Adams non-alcoholic hazy IPA. Refreshing and juicy, it says. All right, so it's I had this a couple of weeks ago. It's not bad. I think I like my my Best Day Brewing hazy IPAs a little bit better. But unfortunately, I always try to push everybody towards my my cousin's website. Website is down. She's revamping the website, so it's down until Monday. This Monday coming up. So I was going to place another order. I needed to get some more beers, and I have to settle for a Sam Adams. So anyway, this is not bad. So let's see what we got here. What else we got? Oh, and Bill Bossert. He's here. Bill, did you see that Trevorton was here? Trevorton and Bill in the same place at one time. I don't know how that's possible. So, but anyway. So here you go. We got a Sam Adams Hazy IPA. And let's drink this and see how it is. Cheers, everybody. Happy Saturday night. Glad you're here. Down the hatch. And it's not bad. It's Sam Adams. Sam Adams is always usually pretty good. But I will say, if you've ever had a Sam Adams lager, the lager actually tastes a little bit more hoppy than this IPA. There's really not too much you can do with a non-alcoholic beer, but I think some of the other companies, like Best Day Brewing, their IPA is really, really good. It tastes more like an IPA. But this is not bad, all right? If you're not drinking alcohol and you want a good, flavorful beer, Sam Adams non-alcoholic is not bad, all right? Justin, how's it going, buddy? Glad to see you tonight. I hope everything's going good by you. Excuse me, guys, as I burp. That beer's coming back up on me. That and a bunch of Chinese food I just ate at my mother-in-law's house. So, oh, all right, that's good. All right, guys. So we're working on an Athearn, and I thank Steve, my buddy Steve Isherwood, for sending this down so we can work on it. And it's an Athearn. This is a Genesis. I don't think this is a Genesis. No, it's just a blue box. So it's a Winchester and Western PS-2600 covered hopper. It's an interesting short line, Winchester and Western. All right. So I want to talk about this hopper first for a little bit. All right. There's a couple things that bugaboos that some manufacturers do that I really don't like. And I'm really surprised with an Athearn car, although this is a blue box, I guess, so it's not a Genesis, but some of the things they do. And one of the things is that upon investigating, I am almost 100% sure that this thing is not painted yellow. This is what do you call it? It was injection molded with yellow plastic. So it's just yellow plastic. They didn't paint the car. And you can tell, and it was super shiny. And I'm not happy when they do stuff like that. I've had a few other cars, and you expect that more from maybe a lesser known manufacturer, but again, this is a blue box, although it's very well detailed for a blue box, all right? I mean, the stirrups and I gotta be careful, JP, with this. The stirrups are very fine, the ladders are very fine, everything's finely detailed, but it is a blue box. So I guess as a cost-cutting measure, they injection molded it with yellow plastic. So neither here nor there. I did a little bit of experimenting during the week because I had gotten this car from Steve, and Steve, of course, I got two cars. I also have a Southern Pacific red caboose that I'm going to be doing possibly next week. But Steve sent down two cars to do, and once they're done, we're going to figure out what to do with them. I tried a little something during the week, and I just tested out on the roof a couple of things to try to fade, see if I had to do anything to this plastic before I try to fade the yellow. And I don't think you could see anything because nothing really worked. This thing was so shiny, and nothing really took on it. You could see maybe a little bit here. I tried something my friend Dave Apetozano told me, and I tried to make a little bit of a acrylic wash, and I'm not crazy about it. It didn't really come out good. Not happy with it, and it was super shiny. So I did something I normally don't like to do, and not that I don't like to do, but dietary issues, yeah. Burping up Chinese food. I normally would rather not if I don't have to, and most manufacturers are painted, your paint is really good, they're not shiny. I had to hit this with dull coat, and I normally don't dull coat anything before or after, but I really needed to do it, and it really knocked the shine off. You could see. I didn't really hit the bottom, so you could probably see on the bottom how shiny this is. all down in here. So I had hit the roof, the sides, the ends, everything with some shot of dull coat. And it really took the shine off. And that's going to give us some teeth for whatever we're going to do tonight to take, and stick to the car. So if you get a shiny car from Athearn or somebody else, you might have to do that. And we did. We had that hopper car I did on the pre-recorded last week, and that was slightly shiny, but we got away with the washes and everything else. And when we're done, it took the shine away. But this, I had to do the dull coat. So, I see you had a hankering for steamed dumplings lately. Fried dumplings always wreck your stomach. Yeah, they kind of sit heavy in your stomach. I know. Yeah, Ray, Athearn ready to run, blue box. So it's not a Genesis. Now the what do you call it? This caboose that Steve sent. It's a sound car, and this is going to probably be a lot better. In fact, I took it out of the box, and definitely the paint's a lot better, not shiny. So we'll be doing this in a future one. So. But again, thank you, Steve, for sending this out and supporting me. Guys, make sure you check Steve's channel out. Ironwood Railroad, BN Ironwood Railroad. He was just on. I watched it until I had to get off to get ready for this. Also, guys, don't forget, support Around the Layout podcast. Ray's a good supporter of us. I appreciate everything he does for the channel. And check it out. All right, guys, let me take another drink and we'll get started. So cheers again. All right, so now we dulled this shiny yellow down. Let's check out the color wheel, and we're going to try and do a fade like we normally do. And we get the color wheel, and we got yellow. Across the color wheel is violet or purple. All right, violet or purple, whatever you want to call it. So that's going to be the complementary color. That's the color that's going to knock the yellow down a little bit. There's other ways you can do it. One of the things I thought about, and I might try one panel. I have this buff, oil brush or buff. And that might just in itself knock it down. But we're going to try a little bit with the red and blue to make the violet, because I don't have a purple or violet oil brusher. And maybe we'll add a little bit of this to it too. So, all right. So yellow. Purple is what's the complementary color, and that's what we'll do for this car. We've got a couple comments up here. Let's take a look. This episode's brought to you by Tums. Oh, yeah. Let's see. What else we got up here? That is something good. All right, so we're cool. All right, cool. All right, so let's get started. So let's shake up our colors here. And always best to test it out a little bit first before you go all the way on the car. But so as I mentioned in the show notes, yellow is almost as bad or as hard to work with as a black. You saw we tried 3 different cars. Actually, if you look back a little further, same car, 4 different cars, 4 different methods of fading out a black or getting somewhat of a fade until I came up with something I was happy with. And I think that nickel plate car from 2 episodes ago was what I would use for black cars from now on. Yellow, I've had trouble with in the past. I did Paul's car, and Paul was a little bit. Paul wasn't as yellow as this car. Paul's what do you call it? What was it? Allagash. The one I did for Paul, that wound up going down to Australia to make it to Paul's house, and we did okay with the fade on that one. And that car came out good. But I haven't had a real bright yellow one like this one. So we're going to see what happens with this. I'm also thinking I'm going to probably do some kind of a rust on it. Maybe a light rust, we'll see. We'll do some chipping, a little bit of rust streaks. And we'll see how this works out. So I know, who's Paul? Yeah, I know you fired him from... You had somebody else helping you out the last live thing. Hopefully Paul gets his job back. So, all right. So anyway, let's get going. We are going to mix a little bit of blue and red. Let's try just one panel and see what happens. Oh, sounds like my wife is dropping dishes. I don't know what's going on upstairs. But so again, blue and red make purple or violet, if you want to call it that. And let's see, let's do it without putting the buff in first. So let's mix this together. Get a stiff brush. I guess another one. I'd rather have this one here, maybe. Nope. This one here. Might need a little bit more blue. Let's get a little bit more blue in there. Red's overpowering the blue a little bit, so. Put some over on the side. And really work this. All right, let's see. I got to be careful. Don't want to break off any of these stirrups. I always seem to do that. Some of these cars with the delicate. All right. So what we have here going on is that this is really drying up and sticking a little bit more than usual, and I think that's got to do with the dull coat. So I really got to press down hard. I might have to hit this a little bit thinner too. All right, let's get some thinner. And pipette. Where's my pipettes? I had a box of them down here. Here they are. Okay. And some thinner in the tray there. All right, get the original brush, dip it in the thinner. See if we can fix this up. There you go. So it seems like the the oil reacted with the dull coat. Now I dull coated this yesterday, so I had plenty of time to dry. And I think it's just that I'll just spread this down a little bit. I think it's just that it's very tacky, or not tacky, but it's very grabby now, the surface. There we go. That's a lot better. And it seems like this is working as far as dulling down that yellow. Make sure we get the sides here, especially on the stirrups. And we're going to bring some more of this over here to the side. Chris, how's it going? I was watching the Fairport, New York webcam, and Chris was on there. He's up in the Buffalo area visiting family, and he's out there with a buddy of his, and he told me he was there, and I tuned in and I took a couple screenshots. If you check out Chris's post in Around the Layout, Friends of Around the Layout, you'll see in the comments section, and in the comments of the post, I posted a picture of Chris and his buddy. So Okay, that's not actually not too bad. I like this. But what I might have to do is I might have to maybe pre-wet a little bit of thinner on the car first, then put the paint down, all right? So that's just with the blue and the red. I haven't done nothing with the beige, and I might not do anything with the buff, so we'll see how this goes first, all right? So let's do this. We're just gonna pre-wet this a little bit. Dry the brush off. And put red in a couple spots. And blue in a couple spots. And we'll work it just from that. Get a bit more blue. All right. Brian, yeah, I couldn't remember. Chris, yeah, Brian. Yeah, Brian was there with you, yeah. All right, I see. Anybody else? Okay, let's work this in. Bring some over to the sides. So we're doing a little different tonight because we had to dull coat this car. The dull coat's reacting a little different with the oils, but that's fine. All right. We pre-wet the car with the thinner. There you go. Go back and hit that a little bit more again. And I think this is working out good. You guys can see. We're going to let that dry a little bit, and then we're going to hit it with the sponge. So let's work around the other side. We're going to repeat the same process. Clean the brush off a little bit. Give this a little pre-coating of thinner. And we'll go back with the red and the blue again. No, Ian, because the dull coat's just giving the car a little bit of teeth for everything to take on. Because I think you might have missed at the beginning. When I got this car out of the box, it was so shiny, and I think it was molded yellow plastic. It wasn't painted, so I had to hit it with the dull coat. And it's not the end of the world. I mean, sometimes I've said this before. You might have to do it if a car is very shiny and stuff. So. But it's not going to turn green. I got red and I got the blue, so it's going to go purple if anything else. And the purple is going to be the complementary color for yellow. So that's all fine and good for us. So, all right. Yeah, Chris, I explained it, but that's okay. I'll repeat it. Steve sent me this car, and it's a blue box, very nicely detailed for a blue box, but they injection molded it in yellow, so they didn't paint this car. This car was molded in yellow, so it's that shiny, really shiny plastic, more shiny than, I haven't seen a car this shiny since I pulled an MDC car out of the box. Some of the old MDC cars used to be really shiny too. I did a couple little test coats on top on the roof, trying a couple different methods of trying to fade it out, and nothing was taking, nothing was sticking, and everything didn't look good. It wasn't working out. So cleaned everything off, and I went back and I just had to dull coat everything. So And the dull coat helped, but now the dull coats give me a little bit of a hard time with the oil. So I hit this with a little bit of thinner, car body with a little bit of thinner, so it'll smooth out a little faster, a little bit better. Okay. All right, let's might a little bit more blue there. There we go. All right, let's work this in. And thinner is really helping now, so get some on the ladders, get some down below. All right. All right, this is working good now with the thinner added to it. Clean the brush off, it takes more of this away. Yellow is tough, JP. The first live stream I did was live from MERPM last year, and I did a yellow reefer, Penn Central reefer. It was Fruit Growers Express. It was a Penn Central car, and I look at it now, and it doesn't look like much was done to it. I mean, I went light with the weathering, but going back, I might go back and revisit that car one of these days, just to add a little bit more to it, you know. Oh, this is coming out better. Let's look at this compared to here. I might add a little bit more to that, but let's see. Let me get another brush that's dry. Let's take a little bit of this away. No, I didn't, Bill. I didn't count them. I did even amount. I think I did like 4 and 4 on both sides, because the complementary color is purple, and I don't have a purple, so I had to use the red and blue equal amounts to make purple. I didn't add any white into this, and I don't think I'm gonna. I think this is actually working very well just the way it is. So if you look at this, it almost looks like it's even like rush streaks here, the way this oil is working in with the yellow there. So all right, let's go back to the other side. Might want to darken this up a little bit, so we will give it a little bit more. Maybe just 2 and 2. But we're doing even amounts of both colors, so just maybe if that's what you're wondering about. So I'll dip the brush in the thinner also. And I'm going to spread this out over the car, because I'm kind of liking how the other side was coming out a little bit better than this side, so I want to add a little bit more. I'll spread this around. Dry that off. Take some away. You might hear some fireworks in the background, guys. I don't think it's going to be too loud, but we have, because I live on the shore, New Jersey shore, the waterfront of our town is having a saltwater day celebration. They do it every year at this time, so it sounds like the fireworks are just starting up, so you might hear some booms in the background. Don't worry, I'm not being attacked. I'm not being attacked by any Pennsy guys because and New York Central guys because I've modeled Penn Central. They're not bombing my house, so just so you know. So. Starship filth. I don't know if that would work on here, Ian. It might not. That's works better on blacks and grays. Could always experiment with it, I guess. Let me get the dry brush now. Where is it? I think that was the one we were using, right? Make sure it's dry. Go back and take some more away. Yeah, I probably would be at the fireworks tonight if I wasn't doing this. So just so you guys see what I sacrifice to be here with you. I could be down at the waterfront eating fried dough zippolies, but I chose to be with you guys. I think it's a better choice. So let's go back over here. Let's get a sponge. Gonna let this side dry again a little bit. Whoops, there's a little too much down here on the slope sheet. Clean that off. Leave these two guys there. All right. So now we're wiping this and smoothing it out because there's a lot of brush marks from the brush there. And it's a little splotchy in some spots, so I might have to go back a little bit of thinner and smooth it out with thinner. Which is what I'm going to do. So let me get a clean brush a little thinner. Ooh, thinner's all dried out. Let's get the bottle. Where did I put it? Here it is. And pipe out a few more drops of thinner here. Odorless enamel thinner. All right. Now let's use a clean brush for this. Just give it a couple of dots. And we'll spread it out with the sponge. There we go. A little bit more. You can't see it on the camera, but I can see what happens sometimes with dull coat, and what's hard to see on the yellow, sometimes it gets a little splotchy, all right? And what's showing up is the paint on some of the splotches from the dull coat, and it's giving it a little bit of like a leopard look. And that's not totally bad. I mean, it's going to be covered up with other stuff too, so I don't know if you can see it, but let's clean a little bit off of here. A little bit more, and then we'll go back to the other side. But what you can see is up underneath the roof line here, it's got that little bit of a rusty hue to it. All right, if there's two colors mixed together with the yellow, and we get that little bit of effect. And we did say we were going to go for a rust effect tonight anyway, so that's pretty good. Let's go back to this side. We will hit it with a little bit of the thinner, just to help blend it and clean it up a little bit. The sponge. Get the clean side. We want a little bit more at the top. Like I said, we're looking for that effect at the top there. So let's see, clean up here a little bit. You can see the leopard look? Yeah. All right, how's that looking? And again, that's part of the problem with dull coat and gloss coat sometimes. I didn't really see it while I was spraying it out and after it dried, but you can see it with the paint. But again, like I said, this is going to be covered up with some more stuff. It's going to be covered up with some pigments, some wash. Okay, let's get to the ends. So it looks like a little bit splattered in when I was doing the side. So we're going to spread out what's in here now. So let's dip our brush in the thinner, and we'll use the thinner and whatever paint's left on the brush to do the inside here. Happy accident. There's nothing wrong with that. As we know, it's hard to get inside these areas with these cars, so at least on the inside here. Heath, if you're still here, how'd you like operating on Dave's layout the other day? I know you said you like to go there, so it's a great layout. New York Harbor. Check them out on Facebook, guys. New York Harbor 1957. New York Harbor Railroad. It's got a good Facebook page. And I'll let that dry a little bit. Yeah, it's still a little shiny, but not as bad as it was, Bill. Believe you me. If you would have looked at this car yesterday before I hit it with the dull coat, it was horrendous. So it's toned it down a lot. All right, see, it's get some of this spread around here. So I want to give a shout out to my friend Dan Notley from Yelton Models. All my figures and stuff I've been working on come from Dan. He's got some great structure models, all 3D printed, ready to go. Most of them need very little assembly, if at all. Whoops, we broke something off. Look at that, Bill. Not good. We go back later on and reattach things. So Okay, let that dry a little bit. Let's go to the roof. We'll do the same thing with the roof. Okay, let's put this on the side. All right. Do some red, some blue. Four of each, and we'll spread it around. Gonna have to put an order in spray gunner. I'm starting to run low on red and a couple other colors. So great place, spray gunner. Let's also give this a dip of thinner to help it spread. In and around the hatches. We'll get up into the walkway there too. And the hatches. Dry the brush off a little bit. Go back and take some away. Turn the car around. Keep cleaning the brush off. Get the excess off so you can sop some more off the top there. Oh, definitely more on the roof, yeah. But don't forget, there's going to be some wash on the roof, along with some of the pigments. So this is only for the initial fade, Bill. So. Okay. Let's go back and blot a little bit off with the back of the sponge. There we go. Very nice. All right, cool. Let's give the rods once around. Just blot this off to make sure it's not wet, so when I touch it, I'm not smearing anything. All right, that's the first side we did. That's the other side. I'm going to blot some of this off. Okay. And the top. And the sides. Okay, cool. All right, so let's see, what's next we're going to do? I'm either going to go start working with the rust, or I'm going to do a little bit of the grime. We have a yellow car, so when we go to do some of the wash, you're going to use the brown for yellow vehicles. So let me grab that out of the box here. Do, 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 do. We also want the streaking rust effects also. So let's see. Track rust. Let's take these two out too. Get these ready for later on. And I just had this out the other day. Where is it? Brown for dark yellow. Here we go. Give it a spin on the old Vortex mixer. It possibly could be, John. See where are we at time-wise? We're at 40 minutes right now. And like I said, I normally like to bang it up in an hour and a half. So we have time. In a perfect world, guys, just to let you know, you would probably want to, at one point, you can stop and let things dry and come back either a couple hours later or the next day and go to the next process. I kind of push it every week because I'm trying to get it all done within one night or one session, if it's possible. But have you seen in the past, I've done multiple weeks with certain cars and stuff. So we'll play it by ear with this one. All right. So let's go with our wash. We're going to do our brown wash for German dark yellow vehicles. It's yellow. Doesn't matter if it's a dark yellow, light yellow. This is what you want to use as a wash for yellow. So let's pipe some of this out. We're going to go very light with this, because I want to come back with some rust later on. So, all right, let's get a clean brush and go along the top. I kind of want to just try to get some to go down the vertical ribs here. Let that capillary action take hold, and let's do it like that for now. Go back a little bit more. So all I'm doing with this tonight is letting this run down the vertical ribs. Gonna wipe the brush off. Go back with the dry brush and just knock some of the excess off the bottom there. And then maybe just add some to the middle here. Maybe a little bit across the top. And drag it down. Just a little bit. That was a big boom. And again, the washes are for making the rain streaks come down the side of the car. So you want to go from top to bottom. Don't go side to side, up and down, just top to bottom. Get some on the ladders, on the stirrups. And maybe go back with a clean sponge and just lightly wipe some of it away. Blend that in. Okay. Go to the other side. Repeat the process. Get a little bit more of this brown for dark yellow. Yeah, definitely. Dull coat's locked in now, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could try that, JP. I'm trying to go with a little bit lighter on the wash today because I'm trying to put some rust on eventually too. So, but I could try that on the other side too. Let's see what else. Anybody else got anything else here? Locked in. The dull coat is not gone, Bill, but it's washed over now. So, you know, we have the oil on top of the oil pan. We got the we're putting the wash, the brown wash on it now. Eventually, we'll have the pigments on there too. So, anyway, guys, I'm parched. I'm gonna have another drink. Cheers again. Happy Saturday. Okay. Let's repeat the process on this side here. And we'll get our thing, our brush. Let's try what JP asked. And use that to run down the side. So that's what we did, JP. And actually, it's, you know, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to let stuff run down capillary, via capillary action there. Let's see, let's get some more to run down the side there. All right. Knock some of the excess off. Going to clean the brush off and go back. Let's get a little bit more down this side here. There we go. All right. Clean the brush off really good. And blend that in a little bit. Again, we're streaking the rain down from the roof. So we're just going from top to bottom, not up and down, not side to side. Try to brush off some more. Mix some of that in. Clean the brush off. Yeah, light color cars are hard. But it's funny, you go one shade up to go to orange now, and the orange is a little easier to work with than the yellow, for whatever reason. But all right, so let's blend this in a little bit with the sponge. Steve, you still here? I'm looking for Steve's input. This is his car that he sent me. I want to see what he's thinking about this. All right. All right. Yeah, looking good? All right. Your opinion is the one I count on most at this point in time, since this is the car you sent me. So, all right. Like I said, I'm leaving a little at the top because I kind of like how that looks up there. Almost looks like a little bit of dirt and rust mixed together. Let's get a little bit more out of there. Gonna get some of the wash on the inside. And then we're going to go and do our pigments on the bottom before we do anything with rust. So just get a little bit in here, a little bit on the top. Get that worked in there, because as we say, these ends on these hopper cars, they get really, really dirty from everything getting kicked up from other cars. So let's go to the other side and just add whatever we got here on the brush. Especially with all the brake paraphernalia. That's down inside, especially on this side here. Don't want to forget the slope sheets too on the bottom. Get some of that wash in there. Okay, let that dry on the ends a little bit. We'll do the roof now. And just drag that out a little bit. Get some on the hatches. How's the audio tonight, guys? Everything's good? JP, take care, all right? Enjoy the op session. We'll catch you next week. Sure, we get the roof walk there too. All right, cool. And again, we're going from the center out to the sides, all right? Everything washes from the center of the car down the sides. Wipe the brush off, take some of the excess off. Yeah, you had a long road trip there, buddy. Anybody follow the adventures of Ray? He was touring the country via Southwest Airlines and American Airlines. And he's how many stops to get home and back to Charlotte? 5 or 6. It was like, where in the country is Ray right now? So I'm glad you made it home okay. Glad you had a good time. It's fun seeing the live streams from the National Train Show with Spring Creek Hobbies there. All right, let's go back with a dry brush and take a little bit more away from the top here. We'll let it dry a little bit, then we'll hit it with the sponge. We're going to get one of our small sponges. We're going to go into the ends next. Okay. Oh, it sounds like the fireworks are over. I heard the big finale. And luckily, I'm not watching my daughter's dog. He hates the fireworks. He hates thunder. He hates the fireworks. Poor guy. Very jittery. All right. So let's look at, oh, let's get inside here. I forgot. Got to clean some of this up inside here. Let's get the sponge. The little eyelid sponge here. Clean some of this out. Just leave enough behind for the pigment to stick when we dust it up. All right, let's get the other side. Yep. So let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 takeoffs and landings, all in one day. Was it all in one day? Or is that counting over the whole weekend, or the whole trip? You're a better man than I am. Oh my God, what are you doing here, dude? Okay. Okay, good thing JP left. He would see me wrecking this details on this car. I kind of hit the ladder a little bit and it's starting to come apart, so I'm going to have to re-glue that once everything's dry. All right. All right, let's put it down for a second. And we're getting stuff all over our gloves, and unfortunately that's smearing around in the car a little bit, but we can go back and clean that up. That's not a big deal. Go back with the sponge. go. All right, what I'm going to do while the car is still a little tacky is I'm going to add some of the road grime to it. And I'm going to probably stop at this point. I think Bill was right. This might have to be a multiple week project to do the rust. I don't want to rush it. But I do want to put the grime on while it's still wet. And if that's the case, it shouldn't take too long next week to finish this car. Either that or maybe I'll do a standalone video, finish the car. I'm not sure yet. Because I like to get it to that Southern Pacific caboose eventually. But definitely it'd be better if I let this dry a little bit before I started going on doing the doing the rust on it. So let's just put the car on its side. We are going to get our let's get a clean brush here. Here we go. Get our pigments. It's a mixture of the Russian earth and our dark earth. Yeah. So that was 2 weeks worth of travel for Ray, yeah. And let's put a little bit there on the bottom, kick it up, and what did I just kill? Oh, that's the ladder. Got to be careful. Just run up the side of the car a little bit. Knock a little of the excess off. Make sure we get some on the sheets down here. Knock off the excess. Let's go to the other side, same thing. Knock it up the side of the car a little bit. Knock off some of the excess. Get some down here into the center frame. Get some in the end. Oh, really? Blow out some of the excess there. All right. Just want to see if I can clean up this spot right here a little bit. Not feeling it with, there we go. A little too much leopard spot there. I'm going to get rid of some of that. There we go. And that's the nice thing about the odorless thinner. You can go back later on and take stuff away if you need to. All right. Let's blot that up a little bit. Make sure our hands are dry. We'll pick the car up, and we are going to probably leave it at this for now. And next week, come back and finish it off with some rust. I really should do a little bit along the top here, too. Forgot the top, guys. Give me 1 second. Let me go get some of this grime and grime up the top a little bit. Not sure what this car was carrying or carries. Think about it for next week. See what kind of stains we're going to put on the side of the car, but we are definitely going to do some rusting. And some other effects on it. Same thing. You can see a little bit of the leopard pattern there. We can go back and hit that with some thinner. Smooth that out a little bit. Here we go. Okay, we're going to leave this be. We are at, we're at an hour 15 minutes. I really don't want to rush it. I don't want to push the car. So I'd rather stop at this point. Get a little bit of leopard stuff here too. Stop at this point so we don't mess up. And pick it up again later on. So here we go. Let's see where we're at right now, though. I think the car is looking pretty good. Yeah, pretty grimy the way it is. Well-used car. Once everything dries, it'll look a little bit better. And again, like I say, always stop when you stop your work. Let it sit for a day or two. Go back with some fresh eyes and see if there's anything you want to change on it. You can always go back and touch up, take stuff away, add to it. Like in here, it's a little bit dirty, but I started messing with some of the ladders by accident here, so I'm going to glue that back together. And then I'll go back in and clean that up. All right, this side here. Loaded sand hoppers. All right, awesome. Oh, Ken, thank you, and welcome. Thanks for being here. W&W, the sand and the sand hoppers. Okay, cool. All right. And the roof. Again, like I said, once it's dried, it's going to look a little bit better. I will go back and clean anything up on it that I'm not happy with during the week when I look at it. And then we'll revisit this again probably Saturday. We'll do our rust and everything else on it. And you remember in the past, some of the cars that we've done rust on, we've had to give it a chance and dry and wait for everything to dry, so make it a two-part thing. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope Steve just met your expectations. Still a little wet, but we'll let it sit there. And again, thank you guys for joining me. Thanks for being here on Saturday night. You could be any place else, but you chose to be here and spend your time with me. I really appreciate that. So guys, thank you so much. Don't forget, Around the Layout Podcast, aroundthelayoutpodcast.com. Join the operating crew. We meet every Tuesday night. We have a great call every Tuesday night. And hold on a second here. Great call every Tuesday night. And as part of being the operating crew, there's a giveaway every month. There was a big giveaway with Spring Creek and Around the Layout from Atherton stuff. That was fun to watch that. Also, don't forget Steve's BN Ironwood Railroad on Saturday nights at 7:30 before I come on. He's on an hour and a half before me. Don't forget Unleaded Beverage Company. My cousin, she supports me. She sends me lots of good beers. And don't forget you can get 10% off your total order with promo code Cousin Teddy. And that's unleadedbev.com. Unleadedbev.com. Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. And I'll catch you next week on Saturday Night Live Weather. See you later.